A big hello to all of you dear friends at HCC. I am so blessed to be able to share the beginnings, the origin of our ministry in the Marshall Islands. Early on, I was aware that God had a plan for my life, and there were many times as a teen I surrendered to Him without realizing that He took my yes and was working His purposes in me through daily life. Surrender to Jesus as Lord is the first step in releasing His will for our lives. It's not about God being a part of our story, it's about our part in His story. As His story unfolds in our lives, it is unique to the giftings He has given us and the desires He places in our hearts. Most of you at HCC know that I have worked and ministered with people from the islands of the sea, especially in the Marshall Islands. I remember well the first steps we took into island ministry. Sam and I married just out of college, where we met many islanders. The Holy Spirit was piquing our interest in the islands without our realizing it. An invitation was extended to accept a position in Honolulu, Hawaii, where we met and taught islanders from Fiji, Samoa, and the Marshall Islands, giving us more experience with the different cultures, food, and languages. After a Wednesday night service, a man from the Marshall Islands introduced himself to us, and following a lengthy conversation, invited us to go as teachers to his islands. With much prayer, we took another step. The Lord initiates opportunities, open doors, connection with people in whatever field He has called us. His plan for us to be a part of what He was doing was 5,000 miles from home to a people, a place, a different culture and language. There were challenges all along the way, but He took our yes and released grace to direct our lives as we committed and trusted them to Him. 3 difficult years went by as we continued teaching young people to know the Lord and make Him known. One night, as Sam was teaching, the Holy Spirit visited us in revival that changed the nation. A Bible school was started to disciple the young people. A transformation had taken place in their lives, and they went out throughout the islands, planting churches with thousands coming to Jesus. Sam passed away in 1995. Seeking the Lord as to His purposes for me, one day as I opened the mail, came a check for $10,000 willed to me from the man that had led Sam to the Lord at 16 years of age. With that money and a whole lot of faith, I flew back to the Marshalls for 11 years and worked to strengthen the hands of local pastors. Returning to the U.S. in 2008, I continued ministry with Marshallese leaders in Springdale, Arkansas. One day in prayer with a friend, he said to me, "You need to make some legacy video teachings." And not thinking much more about it at the time, I received a strong prophetic word in 2019 at GIC that I would be continuing ministry through media. It resulted in a turnabout from my 60-year relationship with the Marshallese Church. Partnering with you, Harvest City friends, has enabled me to create a legacy website at pacmis.org with video teachings in Marshallese, translated materials for discipling leaders and their congregations, some amazing teachings by my husband Sam, and much more. Commit your way unto the Lord, and He will bring it to pass. Thank you for being a part of God's story.